10K on this bad boy. Alright, we gotta crank the AC in here, man. It's hot. Alright, before we do anything, my lady almost jumped on me, man. Before we do anything, we are pulling into Wawa. I tried this thing yesterday, and I think it was like a chocolate chip cappuccino. I forgot what it's called. I'm not much of a coffee guy, but that thing tasted good. It's horrible for you, but it tasted great. $6.83.
Two lanes are not nice. That's yeah, you said a 20?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Have a good day.
You said we're not.
It's the longest I've seen the line.
Come on, guys. Over here.
All right, mission success. Guy in the store complimented my camera. Asked me if I made videos. I should have gave him my channel, but I didn't. Let's head to our next spot and let's get on with this quick overview of my car.
Just a badass car, bright red chrome wheels. I mean, black top, black leather, loaded out.
Yeah, I'm actually watching VinWiki while I'm driving. I love doing that. I don't actually like watch the video per se. I just listen to it because they don't just, you know, put a whole video. It's just more or less like, let's see, how's this spot right here? This is sick. All right, we'll get the spot by ourselves, just like I got it last time. Look at this. This dude's pulling an airplane. That's awesome. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's a little sunny out, so forgive my squinting. It's really sunny because I moved to Florida, and I gotta tell you, I'm loving it. Now, if you don't know where I lived before, because I didn't really make it too public, I lived in New York, and they have shitty roads, super high cost of living, high taxes, and again, it's just not a place for a car guy. You could end up paying 20, 30 grand easy on your house in property taxes every year, so it's like, it's not worth it. So I moved down here after visiting here for the last few years, and I gotta tell you, I'm loving it so far, man. This is where I bought my car, by the way. I bought my car in Sarasota, Florida, and then I drove it back to Orlando, and then I drove it back to New York, and then I drove it back down here when I moved down here. While I was in New York, I barely drove the car, so the car still is pretty clean, almost the same way I got it. Got it with 87,000 miles. I put 1,000 miles driving it back to New York. I put 1,000 miles driving back to Florida. 2 weeks ago I moved down here, and the rest of the miles packed my stuff in the car and in the truck and just drove down 1,000 miles straight. We stopped for rest at one point, so it took about 21 hours or so, because we stopped and slept for like 2 hours in the parking lot at like 7 a.m. of some gas station, and it was hot as balls, so I didn't really sleep. Yeah, man, I gotta tell you, I love the car scene down here. I love the roads. I love the cost of living. I love the people down here. Everyone's so friendly, so nice. Just stuff like this. Like the other night I went for a bike ride. That's not something I would do in New York because the area I lived in wasn't the greatest, and a lot of New York isn't that great. A lot of people are kind of malicious there. But nonetheless, I moved to Florida, man. I like to buy my cars from here. I like to drive down here. I like visiting down here a lot. I figured, you know what, every time I go back to New York, I miss Florida. So let me just move down here and give it a shot. So here we are. I'm giving Florida a shot, man. If I don't like it, could always try a different state, but I'll tell you right now, it's been about 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks actually, about 11 days or so, and I'm staying here. I like it. So anyway, here's a quick overview of the car. If you guys want to know more about my trip down to Florida, I can make a whole video on it. I do like VinWiki's stories kind of thing, like how they just kind of sit down and tell stories. If you guys want me to do one of those, I'll try it out. But anyway, here's the car. So it's got 15% tint on it all around except for the front windshield. That means the back, the rear windshield, both of those windows, all of those are done. And it's got rims off of a 2001 to 2005 Honda Civic EX, like the top trim model. This is, by the way, a 2000 Honda Civic EX, and you'll see in the VIN number it says EJ8. That's what this model is like nicknamed. You know how they have like the EG Civics and the EK Civics. This is an EJ8 Civic. Some people call it the EK Coupe, but it says EJ8 on the VIN number, so that's what I call it. So here we are. It's pretty clean. It's got these like off-brand tires on them. I don't know what they're called. They handle okay. They're, you know, they're a little sticky. They're good. But yeah, the car is just, it's been amazing, man. I haven't done anything to this car since I bought it. It's needed an oil change for a little while now, but now I'm leaking oil, so I'll show you where that's happening at. But so we got the 15% tints all around. We got the wheels off of a 2001, 2005 Civic EX. I got the tints when I bought the car down here. The wheels came with it. Everything else came with it except for the tints. And here, I'll show you real quick what I did in the interior as well. The only thing I did in the interior was, get ready for it, that stereo. That is a Pioneer MVH 300EX stereo. I got it for a good price. It was brand new, and it looks really flush with the car. I don't know if you can tell. I like it. I like it a lot. So, let's pop. Why did I just close the door? Let's open the hood, and let's pop the trunk because I got to show you what's in the back first. All right. So, yeah, I think my plate says enough. It's pretty sick. So back here I'm carrying oil because I am leaking oil, like I said. That's a car cover that I used in New York, but it was like super cheap at AutoZone, and pretty much everything, all liquids, rain, snow, goes through it. But I guess it keeps bugs off the car, so that's nice. But I barely used it. Jumper cables, just in case. These actually came with the car. Now, I'll tell you the quick story about the car in just a second. I think it's funny that the guy got these because he never installed them, and I don't think he would. He must have bought these as a joke or something, because I don't know what he planned to do with those. But if you'll see here, we've got some subs and an amp. That's an Alpine amp over there, and these are two, I can't even pull them over. These are two Alpine subs, and let me tell you, these kick really hard. So yeah, really clean. Now I would open the passenger door for you guys. Oh, it's open. Shit, I forgot to lock this yesterday. I have to lock this by hand because the motor lock for the window is busted, and also the passenger side window goes down pretty slow, and I don't even think that this switch works anymore for it. It used to, but it doesn't work anymore. So I definitely got to replace the window motor on this because it's about to go. All right, now let's check out the engine because this is, you know, pretty much bone stock with the exception of an air intake. Now, if you guys see anything like those leaves, the reason I got those leaves on there is because the car sat in New York for a lot of the time. It's not that I didn't drive it, it's just I kept parking it back in the same driveway and it would sit there for like a week, then I'd drive it again. Anyways, take a look at the motor. It's a D16Y8. Again, this is the Civic EX 2000, the last year they made it, so it has the sunroof on top. It's got power windows, power locks, power everything. The guy did white HID side markers. He put the wheels on. He put the amp and subs in there, which is funny because it came with the stock stereo, but it still worked with the subs and everything, so it was fine. He put the fog lights on, got it fitted professionally with the bumper and everything. He got the headlights restored, which is probably why they look so clean. He actually got it restored by Meguiar's. Yeah, this guy spent really good money on this car. I'm really happy with it. Runs great. It's got 92,000 miles on it right now, and you'll see right here this actually looks very bad. Let's see if I can kind of zoom in and focus. There's oil like all over here, and that is because I am leaking oil from, you'll see over here, it's kind of all black, and you'll see if you check out right there, I'm leaking oil from the valve cover gasket. I think that might be it, but I think I'm also leaking oil from the distributor O-ring, and I actually went to Honda yesterday and picked up both a valve cover gasket set and a distributor O-ring for like a total of $65 or something like that. So I'm gonna swap those out this weekend, and I'll make a video on that for you guys. This is the only modification that came with the car that's like performance modification wise. It's a cold air intake from AEM. Again, nice and expensive. Oh shit, a plane's about to take off. Yo, this guy's taking off in a helicopter. That's so sick. Are they taking flight or are they jerking each other off? What's going on here? Kind of scary as shit, but that looks like fun. It's so loud. Here they go. Yo, that's so sick. That's crazy. Another private jet just landed. This is insane. Guys, subscribe to the channel so that I can get a private jet and review it. Or a helicopter, that'd be fucking sick too. And yeah, by the way, keep in mind, even the exhaust on this car is, I don't know if you'll be able to see, it's kind of dark under there. It's just like a little pea shooter, man. It's a stock Honda exhaust. Came with the car. So, overall, car looks pretty clean, man. The AEM intake, it did shoot down. It didn't end here. It went basically here and then went straight down into this little hole, which I'm honestly not sure if that was cut specifically for the intake or what. But I have my buddy Tony, who actually owns the S2000 that you guys have seen on the channel recently. He has a shop called Envision Auto. Be sure to check him out, by the way. He does great work. They work on everything, and they do wraps, by the way. Not just maintenance, not just mods. They do wraps as well. They pretty much do everything. Check them out. I'll leave their... Shit. Fucking bug just went on my arm. I'll leave an Instagram link somewhere here. So Tony cut my intake and sanded it down and then fitted the intake over the piping. And so now it's a short ram intake. And the reason I did that was because if I left the intake down there, this was getting, you know, if I drove it in the rain, this would get like just a couple of drops of water in it, and I didn't want my motor to suck up and hydro lock. So Tony cut it, and we got that fixed. So now it's a short ram intake, and now I can drive in the rain safely. You'll see the wheels, I mean, they're really clean, man. Like, they don't have any scratches, no nothing. They're just very dirty with the brake dust. She really didn't have any blemishes or anything like that, and it's got a story to it. I'll do a full review on this car very shortly. Now that I'm living in Florida, I drive this car every day. It's my only car. I had my first Honda Accord. I sold that. Well, my dad sold it for me. Second one was my second car ever, was a manual Civic. Is the other Civic you guys saw on the channel. It was a 2002 Civic. I think it was an EX. It had the sunroof and everything. Yeah, it was an EX. Then the third car I bought, which was a flip car, was a 2006 Buick LaCrosse. I bought that from my old neighbor, and I sold it, and that was my first ever flip car. And I used a lot of that money to move down here, basically. My fourth car, well, this was technically my third car. The Buick was my fourth car, but I sold it. So now this is my only car. So yeah, once I fix these leaks over here, I'm gonna get I would basically clean up all this oil because it's kind of gross. And there's also oil on the bottom on the oil pan on the driver's side, so it's leaking on the bottom on the side. There honestly wasn't this much oil yesterday. I started driving the car really hard yesterday and hit VTEC because I had a guy in the car and I wanted to show him that it can go kind of quick. And yeah, it's kind of got oil over the place now. So I'm gonna take this home, and I gotta get to work later. And then that's pretty much it. I gotta fix the oil leak, and then I gotta do little things, just little preventative maintenance things. And yes, I'm gonna give this car a nice wash. She needs a wash. You can see it still has some dead bugs from the trip I took just over a little bit under 2 weeks ago. So definitely gotta give this bad boy a wash. And yeah, she's pretty clean, man. She was the cleanest Civic. Yeah, man, she was the cleanest Civic in the world, or not in the world, but she was the cleanest Civic for sale when I bought it, and that was a year ago. If I put this up for sale right now, I promise you this would be the cleanest Civic that you would find. And it's a value because, again, the guy, it was a one-owner car. So yeah, this was a one-owner car. I believe the guy that owned it, I believe his name was, I'm not sure if it was Michael as well. I gotta remember the story. I mean, yeah, man, it comes with all the goodies a Civic can come with on an EX model, and it came with the shift knob. Oh yeah, I didn't even show you the shift knob. We'll talk in the car real quick. All right, so I bought the Honda mats for the car, and I have them in the rear as well. See right there. Oh no, I didn't get the mats for the rear. Whoops, I never did. I was supposed to go back and get them. I forgot. I bought the steering wheel cover just. Oh no, I didn't. The previous owner left the steering wheel cover on, and if you could tell, it's all white. Literally looks brand new. I did not buy this. I don't think yeah, no, I didn't buy it. I left it on because I like it. It's just enough grip and gives the steering wheel just enough width because these steering wheels are pretty thin. It came with this shift knob on it. Let me see if I can pull it out of here in just a second. It came with this one on it, which is pretty sick. It looked really clean in here, but then I decided to try the red one. It also came with, of course, because this car was mainly stock when I got it, Came with the stock shifter in the little compartment in here. And it also came with this black one. So it came with 3 aftermarket shift knobs. This one's a little taller. This one would sit a little higher. And it's black and red, so it looks pretty clean. I don't think I've used this one yet. I might actually put this one on next. Anyway, the car is super clean, man. I can't get over it, and I can't express to you guys how happy I am with this car. It's been treating me nothing but great recently. And I have a blast driving it. So yeah, it was a one-owner car. It was garage kept. It's a Florida car. It was bought in... Oops, don't copyright me, please. It was bought in Orlando, and it was bought in Coggin, Orlando, I believe. And it was then moved over to Sarasota as the owner moved over there at some point, and it was kept there, and then that's where I bought it. And the owner unfortunately passed away. He committed suicide due to this medication that he took. And I want to do a whole story on this on the channel and just spread awareness for that medication, because I'm telling you guys, a lot of medications, they might help you with one issue, but they give you 3, 4, 5 more issues. Anyway, it was the cleanest car on the market, and that's why I bought it. I gave her full asking price, which is $3,500. His mother sold me the car, and she's trying to sell his house and all the other little knickknacks that he had in the house left. And I'm glad that she sold me the car, because I'm keeping it stock this way. I know some of you guys really want me to build this car. I don't want to build it. It's stock. It's got 92,000 miles on the body and on the motor. It's all original. Everything on here, the guy replaced it with Honda parts up until I bought it. So I've been replacing it with Honda parts as well. Everything on here is OEM. Everything on here is Honda. So the only mods on here is the AEM intake, the Alpine subs and amp, the stereo I put in, the aftermarket stereo, and which I have my original stereo too. It's in great condition. And then the shift knob. That's it. And all those things can be reverted back to stock easily. Oh yeah, and the headlights and fog lights. The headlights are regular bulbs. The side markers are like white bulbs. I don't know if they're HIDs, white bulbs. And then the fog lights have like purple halo rings around them. I'll show you those in a future video when I do the review on this car. I just wanted to talk to you guys about the car and let you know that I am daily driving it, and that it's been a blast. And I drive it everywhere. I drive it to work. I drive it to, you know, I drive 100 miles in a day sometimes with this car. I've been enjoying it so much. I put a lot of the miles. I think I put almost 1,000 miles while I've been down here. So I barely drove it in New York when I lived up there. Maybe less than 1,500 miles up there. Yo, there's a freaking dragonfly. Dude, these things are relentless, man. They just... Anyway. I'm glad I got the tints. I got the tints done at Darth Shader Tinting. You guys can look them up on Instagram, and it's basically a one-man army team, or I should say a one-woman army team, because her name is Sharon, and she runs the shop by herself. She does the tints by herself. I think she's been doing it for like 35 years or something like that. I'll show you guys her shop soon, because I am going to get a second car and take that car over there to get it tinted as well. This is my only car, like I said, and like I said, I know you guys want me to build a Honda, specifically this one because it's so clean, but again, because it's so clean and it's hard to find stock Hondas, even in great condition like this one, I don't want to sell it. I don't want to get rid of it. I actually had a guy at the gas station. I was at Wawa the other day, and he was like, "Nice car, bro. Is she for sale?" I was like, "Nah, dude. I'm sorry. It was the cleanest one when I bought it." And he was like, "Shit, man, it's still clean now." I was like, "Thanks. I appreciate that." That made me smile, and that kind of made my day. But I'm not selling it. Sorry. It's my car, and I'm glad I got it, and I'm gonna keep it in tribute to the owner. The owner used to work at Disneyland, by the way, or not Disneyland, sorry, Disney World, and he used to play a character called Eeyore. And so that's his pin that he used to wear, so I put it on the car, and I keep it up here all the time, just in case. And it kind of reminds me, like, you know, about the owner and stuff like that. And, you know, the car's got a story to it. It may not be the best story, but everything happens for a reason. And I don't really know the reason that happened, but who knows? Maybe I can help with the story, maybe help spread the message. I'll make a future video on that. I wonder if the guy's grandmother is watching this video. She commented on the Civic video I made when I got this car, so if you're watching, good to see you, I guess. But yeah, just a quick little video. I just wanted to talk to you guys real quick, give you guys a quick little update. I am editing a video right now. It's a Focus RS review, and then after that I'll have a Charger RT review. Then after that, I'm not going to tell you what cars are coming because those are surprises. And now that I'm in Florida, all these cars that you've been seeing recently, they've all been Florida cars. So you can see they got some crazy built shit down here. They take racing serious down here, and that's partially why I moved down here. I love the car scene down here. Everyone's super chill, super nice. Everyone loves showing off their cars. Everyone has really nicely built, really well done cars, and even the stock ones are super nice. So I'm excited, and I got a lot of cars coming to the channel for reviews, and I got a lot more vlogs coming. I got more build updates coming. Like I said, I am getting a second car. I did find another Honda, by the way. It's a Honda that you might not expect, but I'm thinking about buying it. It's super cheap. It's super hard to find in decent condition, and we'll see about it. I might be picking it up. I may need a trailer for it. So if anybody is in Florida and has a truck and wants to help me out, I'll give you a couple $100. We could just drive. I think it's a 1,000-mile round trip, so I'll pay for your gas. We can grab food and stuff on the way there and pick up the car and just trailer it back over. I'll pay for the trailer as well if you don't have a trailer. And yeah, just let me know. Also, I am getting a, well, I'm not going to say I'm getting this, but I want to get this. It's a 6-speed manual, rear-wheel drive, 2-door, 2-seater car. So I'm not going to say anything else. Some of you might be able to guess it, some of you might not. But yeah, let me just end the video off by saying thank you so much for watching the videos. I really appreciate the support. I'm taking this shit serious, and while I'm down here in Florida, I'm going to try to network with a lot of these Florida YouTubers. Tavares, Wrench Every Day, Adam LZ, Rice Me Out, all those guys. I'm going to try to eventually hit them up, and maybe we could do a video together or something. Or maybe I could just kick it with them, because they all seem like pretty cool dudes. Obsessed Garage, Matt Mormon, all those guys. If you guys are looking forward to future content, hit the subscribe button, man. I'm going to have a lot of vlogs coming once I get a second car, a lot of builds coming. Just working on my cars and stuff. All of that stuff starts now that I moved. That's the whole reason I moved to Florida, to start a new journey, start a new chapter in my life, and I'm excited to take you guys along with me. If you guys enjoyed the car, leave a like on the video. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff, Facebook, all my pages are down below in the description. And if you guys are looking forward to more reviews, let me know. And if you guys have a car that you want me to review or something that you want me to film and put on the channel, give me some suggestions down below, because I'm open to anything. Oh, and by the way, I might have some merch coming soon. I'm making some for myself. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Don't forget to keep living life at max speed.